they didn't get into Wild Rift, it would have been so broken, to be honest with you. But yeah, again, we're into this picks and bans. They ban out both the Nautilus. They might be looking at another Leona ban as well. Maybe a Galio. No, it's certainly the same for J Team. So Galio's still on the table here for EDG. We saw Langui doing really well on it, although we also know Langui has had a perfect record so far on the Nautilus. But Galio, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is the statement that EDG is going for this pick and ban phase.
It's the confidence that EDG basically has. They're this kind of team. They're willing to have back-to-back competition and just prove that they are the ones that are in control of this game no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna see as well, confirming that the Aatrox will be going to the jungle. We did see EDG pinching the jungle choices for J Team as well, taking out both the Vi and the Lee Sin. I'm not talking about as yet because it was a hover. It could have been. It could still be it. It could still be it. This could be the day we see Enchanter supports come back into the game.
It's a moment of silence.
3
until the decision.
1
and the lock.
The
Janna is
okay.
Here. We can't talk about it now. It's locked in. No backsies. No backsies. It is gonna be the Janna. Zeri will be picked up here for alone as a change. Might be an indication that he doesn't want to try out the Ezreal anymore, especially after that one mistake a while ago. He wants to try out and having more range in terms of consistent DPS and no longer relying on the burst.
Yeah. Also, Zeri deals a lot more consistent damage for the team. Could also just ball up and have those consistent fights. But now I'm thinking about Xayah, Janna. Okay, two very defensive champions for the Dragon lane, especially when they get to that level 5 and they get their ultimates. Featherstorm to dodge a lot of the engage from EDG, and then as well as the Monsoon for the Janna, the Tornado as well to disrupt fights. But she's still very squishy if she's able to be jumped on. Although she does have the Monsoon, she can push out the Camille, similar to a Gragas cast if the Camille uses out the Hextech ultimatum. So a lot of interactions that we're seeing here on the Janna. I'm just kind of scared because Enchanter supports have not shown to be the most tankiest of individuals. They get bursted out a lot. But we did see what the Jess earlier on the Zone having a deathless game. So it might break expectations again with a very different flavor coming here from J Team.
Yeah, so far 5 times this champion has been used, but only 1 win. That's how low the win rate is on the Janna. Looks like J Team wants to break the record and improve it as well in the most important match possibly that they're gonna be having against EDG. Match point already in this series will be contested by J Team with this composition. I'm liking this. We see the potential early game investment as well coming in from SZY with the Renekton trying to get an early lead against Xiaojiang. Might just happen here.
Yeah. We'll see how he'll be able to match up with Camille. We've seen this matchup go both ways, where the Renekton would be able to get a bit of that early game advantage. So far, X1 and DY are just shoving Alone and Langui away from this wave. There are also 2 range champions here on the bot side, so they do have a huge range advantage between the Gralio and the Zeri. So far, X1 and DY is just controlling the wave. Similar strategy to game 1 for J Team, trying to get control of this early game in the bot side, having that pushing wave so that they could have a chance to dive the EDG bot side.
Especially with the Whirlwind, right? It's well, the Janna basically has been revamped already. The previous patch, but in this patch it is still the case. A bit toned down, but still the same core essence in terms of how mobile this champion can be, and in terms of providing mobility as well towards her allies, the shields as well, and the heal from the Monsoon. Now she can move. So many great things have been adjusted towards this champion to be able to be picked up, or at least be considered to be picked up more than it used to. Mid lane, why is it gonna be here? Just to help out and not connect the knock-up though, so just to be okay.
I'm not sure what DY also has in his Keystone rune right now. I'm not sure if it's the Aerie or the Glacial Augment. If it's a Glacial Augment, it's gonna be super annoying. If he hits a Tornado, is gonna have that slow field, and you already know that the knockout of the Janna feels like mildly annoying. He hits you and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the ground and be able to move again. But with the glacial augment as well, it's a lot more annoying because it leaves his trail, because you're not gonna be able to just pass through it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't see an Aerie being proc as well, so we'll see. CF17 though, in a position, has been spotted by the ward by EDG's bot lane.
And they should be fine as well. CF17, will he commit here? Level 5
level
already,
5.
has a World Ender. We saw this situation already before, and it is gonna be
Glacial,
alone
right.
being a bash through. First blood, but not really to the best angle there. It is a Janna that was able to pick up the kill, so basically rendered useless there by J-Team.
But still, that is the ADC down for the side of EDG. He won't have the he won't be able to get XP and gold as the waves crash into the tower. Yeah, it was the Ignite that got alone right here. The last tick of the Ignite, they weren't able to finish the kill. Both CF17 and X1 need to get away. But good gank overall, good tower dive for J-Team. They were able to stop any of that small momentum that EDG's bot they would have. And do remember that they've been under the turret for a while now, so they are missing a lot of that gold from the waves that crash into it.
5 minions missed just because he died, and it's a great execution coming in from J-Team. Despite DY being the one who got the kill, yeah, you're right. It is still very impactful here, at least on the scaling of alone. And it can be much more difficult this time around, especially with the constant waves being cleared up here by J-Team. They have it done so fast, and EDG might be having troubles with priority later. Just like how they lost in the initial fight early in game number 1.
Yeah. But they've also shown that they know where their power spikes are. They know how to play the map to get it into their advantage, and then they will be able to pick back up from where they from when they were down. So the game's not in any way, shape, or form away from EDG. Yes, alone is a bit behind again to the bot side, him and Langqui, but this is caused really by the draft that JT was able to pull, with having that Janna being the last pick, which is very unusual. But looking at the holistic things, the overall, the amount of engage that EDG has, the Hextech ultimatum, the hook shot, the charge, as well as the onslaught of shadows coming from the Hecarim, and then later on the Galio can also pick it up with his own form of engage. It's gonna be hard for J-Team to resist that. They need a bigger lead. They would need a lot more damage, because for DY on this Janna, she really has one big tool to stop all of those engage. The next are a couple of tornadoes, and that's gonna be enough. It could be enough if timed correctly on some of these dashes, but there are just so many dashes coming from EDG that it might become a bit overwhelming as the game goes on.
So they need to be on point with everything, right? Especially that additional or -1 on the possible front lines of J-Team, since they did pick up the Janna. And the only front line they have are the Aatrox and Renekton. Possibly Soldier, through hiding under the shadow later on, would be able to stall out. But in terms of just bare front line, DY would not be able to participate. He would be able to help out though through the sustain and the shield. I think that's going to be very impactful later on. A handshake for now on the objectives, but SEY is actually doing a really good job in preventing 0711 from starting this Herald. And looks like CF17 is going to be left out as well. He's going to be here to interfere, but unable to fully cancel out the take there on the Dragon. And J-Team might actually be able to distract them later on, possibly interrupt on the Herald taking here of 0711. They dive onto the Renekton, but the Dominus has been used already.
The Dominus has been used. It's J-Team having a better position on this Herald. We might see a big Herald fight if Lang is able to jump into the members of J-Team.
Tactical Sweep has been used. Ignite is sticking towards SCY. They are focusing here onto the Herald. Let's see if they are actually going to be turning. Execute Ultimatum here onto SCY. Still has the damage. Monsoon is helping so much on the sustain. And SCY still able to stay alive. And Xiao Jiang going to be going back. They are attempting on a steal. Can they do something about this? No, they can't. The Herald has still been taken. And now alone going to be flashing out. SCY though, overcommitted, will be taken off. And now EDG getting a kill, getting 2 as well. CF17 might need to be walking away, gets denied with exhaust. EDG might have lost 2 objectives, but they're getting so many kills.
Yeah,
He stays alive!
He stays alive. I thought he was gonna go down for sure. But that shield, he just got a bit of a shield as well as the Triumph, able to give him enough of HP back to be able to live. And yes, 2 objectives go to the side of J-Team. So you see this replay right here. It was J-Team was able to secure the Rift Herald, but J-Team, they overstayed their welcome. They're so low, as well as EDG. If they were able to finish a couple of kills, they might have gotten away with this. But EDG just limit testing themselves, just playing at the sliver of HP. Xiao just so low. Able to live through that tower hit. And EDG, even though they lost the objectives, they're still ahead in gold. And this is the position that they were in Game 1. It's just a repeat again of Game 1 here, Giyang.
The only positive thing though for J-Team is that they were able to get both objectives and closely getting this tower down, maybe to catch up in terms of the gold that EDG has acquired over that fight. But still, that was massive, Crazy Apple. That's insane amount of gold, XP, and denial, and confidence as well that EDG had towards that fight, despite them being under pressure. We saw them just committing towards what they planned out to be.
Yeah, cool, calm, and collected. That has been EDG. That has been the EDG way, and that's such a misnomer, or how ironic that it sounds, right? When we're talking about EDG, it's a dive in the bot side,
and will be followed up by the rest of EDG as well to take down SEY. Everyone, that's like 4 people. Plus, they should be able to get this tower as well. J-Team answering back in the top lane. So still much more beneficial here towards J-Team. They also get the mid lane. Equalize the gold here.
Yeah, equalize the gold. Yeah, I was going back to what I was saying earlier. EDG, calm and collected, is how it felt like they've been playing in terms of taking fights, even though there's so much pressure. It's so different from how we keep describing them. They're so aggressive as a team, and it shows in the fights that they're taking. But at the same time, it feels like it's calculated. It feels like they just know that they can push it to the limit and be able to win fights against any of their opponents. And even though the gold right now has been equalized by J-Team, they might even get ahead as soon as they get this tower in the bot side. It doesn't matter, because EDG has just shown that they are able to pick fights, they're able to equalize things, they're able to make full use of the kits of their champions and take down all opponents that have gone against them. This game though is a lot closer than what we saw in Game 1. J-Team can definitely squeeze a win here in Game 2, but with the prowess that EDG has shown the past couple of weeks, you can't deny. You can't just take away that confidence that we are feeling in favor of EDG.
Yeah, they're fully confident and just engaging. But I like the adjustment that J-Team is making, right? They know that they cannot charge on them. They cannot commit onto a fight, at least just yet. So they focus, they adjust. They go towards the macro play, getting the towers, shoving out these side lanes as well, maximizing the amount of gold that they can get aside from through team fights. Soldier, gonna be used. Everything is actually gonna be thrown right at him. No stasis just yet. Ticking time bomb with Ignite. The Monsoon is just gonna be there for the sustain here. Essentially gonna be used by Langway to try and save the teammates as well, but they lost one already. And J-Team gonna be walking away with no casualties. Can they actually still commit? Already engaged. Alone, chipping down. Langway going in. Is X1 still alive? Still able to return the damage. No really good follow-ups coming in from EDG just yet. They turn to be a little bit scattered in that fight, and J-Team punishes them in getting the second dragon.
It felt like EDG was supposed to get a kill right there against Soldier, but as you mentioned, even though the Ignite was taking down the Monsoon, there's a bit more HP put into his system. He was able to survive. EDG was banking on getting that first kill to be able to get more against J-Team, but alas, it didn't happen. It was EDG who suffered a casualty, and because of that, they didn't take the fight at the Dragon. It could have gone worse for EDG as well, but now as things stand, J-Team, the gold might be even, but they have a bit more stats on them because they currently have 2 dragons. They are a Dragon Soul point in this game. If they're able to secure the next one, that would give them Dragon Soul. So that's going to be the point of contention that they might see here for EDG. Will they wait for the Dragon Soul to come out and fight J-Team then? Or maybe try to get a kill right now, maybe try to get a setup as EDG is going very aggressive into the jungle.
Alone actually going in, a little bit questionable to be honest. Took more damage than he was supposed to, but was able to dish out towards X1. However, ever sustain his presence for this team. And now they engage. Xiao Zhang gonna be disengaging this time around. Great. Hilos entrance to knock up some of the members here of J-Team as they pursue. Great onto the shadow towards the back line. Save 17 still. Is gonna get denied from the entry here of the EDG, and Soldier's gonna be pinned down instead. Unfortunate for J-Team this time. Alone, having confidence. Featherstorm gonna be going in as well. The flash, the commitment, and the kill as well by EDG back there. Was not expected by J-Team. They should be able to get this tower into the mid lane, possibly even more since the Baron's already online. EDG can just get this after taking this turret.
No, they're actually taking the Baron. They're gonna take the turret. I think Xiao Zhang is gonna be left there, but all other members of EDG are focusing this Baron. And Kiang, I cannot understand the vision that EDG has when it comes to these fights. The start of that fight by Xiao Zhang felt so wonky. Look at the replay. He's just gonna mildly go in, and then it's followed up by Langui. And at this point in time, JT just felt like they were the inferior team coming into this. The multiple layers of engage coming from EDG just is confusing J-Team. And then just the slivers of hell, as we keep mentioning, how EDG is using their HP bar as a huge resource, using the most of it, and then pulling out of the fight, and then winning these outright with just small outplays. It's a sight to see, and EDG they just have this vision over the game that they know all of the damage, and just maybe some plus minus small calculations that they can't really take advantage of. But EDG is just a different kind of machine in this game.
Absolutely different. It's as if they were investing a lot just to bait Soldier in. We saw even Yu not using the Tides of Blood to commit. He immediately walked backwards. By the time that Soldier committed with a perfect execution, it was already too late. The bait was taken and the engage is on. EDG just deleted them in an instant and basically won the fight afterwards. Now with the Baron empowered minions, they would be able to just shove in the waves much better as well towards the turrets here of J-Team. EDG, man, built different. They're just built different at this point. Yeah. We mentioned them being the God Slayers, but they're being transcended as gods as we speak.
Yeah, it's just like the story of Kratos taking down all the gods and has become the god of war himself. That is what EDG is trudging in this journey here in WRLA Season 2. They want to become the gods of war. They want to become the gods themselves to take down all other teams and eventually win the championship. It's still a bit too early for that, to be honest, but with how EDG has been showing here the regular season, their 8-game series win streak, and they might just extend that to 9 games after flipping the goal lead here against J-Team. Earlier, that was so even. That was like 100 for EDG. Now it's almost getting to 8,000. EDG is unstoppable at this point as they try to bait out J-Team into this third Drake.
They should learn their lesson, but actually be fully commit this time around. The Monsoon is not gonna help this time. And EDG has bashed through the support. It is too squishy. Yes, you have the sustain, but this time it's gonna be denied for the rest of J-Team. And they also denied the soul from this team. EDG is just too damn good. Yeah. They still focus.
They're going.
They still commit. Heroes End is gonna be used this time around. Featherstorm is gonna be sported to disengage, but Xiao Zhang still gonna be in the area, and Soldier cannot help. He can just watch.
EDG is telling J-Team, get out of this map. This is ours. This is our rift right here. We're not letting you have any other objectives. Your reign of terror has stopped. And EDG is the one right in front of them. They have backed off the base. They haven't finished the game yet. 2-11 is the kill score right here. 9,000 gold lead for EDG. But you can just feel that a couple more minutes, EDG will force a mistake on J-Team and they will be able to win the game.
Wait, just 2 kills? This is mind-boggling me right now. Is it because of just one? It's just through the gank that they've done in the bottom lane. The only one and the fight in the Herald a while ago, and nothing else. That's how clean EDG has been playing. Man, they're just basically gods at this point. It's so The gods of war, because they dive in confidently without fear as they instill fear from their enemies. As the ultimate going to be used also the shadow as well, and the Zeri is going to be popping off the ult as well, but might be in a bad spot this time around. SCY getting the kill and will be walking away with the flash as well. As CF17 landing Dark and Blade towards Langby still is going to be fine. 4 versus 5. EDG has lost a member. J-Team is baiting them towards the Baron.
Yeah, J-Team is baiting them towards the Dragon. Sorry, the Baron. And now 8k gold lead is left here for... They're spotted on the ward, so EDG very well knows that the Baron hasn't been started. They're just positioning themselves again as they weigh each other up. EDG, they're still not forcing the fight here. They're still waiting for the respawns, but J-Team wanted to force the issue right here and right now.
Crown already used there for you. Langui going in with a win so far. Soldier has a great position here in this area. Will be committing. Xiao Jiang spawning him out though, trying to pin him down. Sword is gonna be dropped! And EDG might actually be in a bad spot this time around. Denial of view towards the backline. DY still lives. And Soldier denied as well with a slice there of the Camille with his foot. And EDG wins the fight again.
Yeah, EDG just baited J-Team. You thought J-Team was the one who's baiting EDG? No, it was them. They waited for the commitment from J-Team, and then when they just grouped up in that center position, EDG just pounced on them, threw all the damage down, as you're gonna see in this replay right here. There's only 4 members of EDG going against the 5 members of J-Team, and EDG just alluring, just trying to tempt J-Team, come to us. You're just gonna group up, and we're gonna deal all the damage with the onslaught of shadows. It's just a beautiful fight that EDG has kept on going and going and going through this whole series, and even the teleport, right? Just icing on the cake for alone. And Elder Drake has been spawned into this map. J-Team is trying to figure out a way how they can they fight this out, but EDG again, we're looking at them as if they are the ones who are just about to get this objective for sure.
Elder Dragon gonna be attacked now, started by J-Team. DY in the front. Langui going in towards the next one! Forcing out the Feather Storm as soon as it's gonna be used for the disengage, for the sustain, but Alone is gonna be pinned down in exchange for X1. Might not be the best here for EDG. Alone still able to disengage you as well. He's able to walk off, but this time it is EDG again on the strike! And they take down SCY. They're just gonna be ditching the Dragon. Screw you, Elder Dragon. We're running straight to the base of J-Team because we know we can end it.
Yeah, there's 4 members of EDG against the 1 of J-Team, so only SCY. He's actually running to the wave. He's trying to clear the wave, at least in the mid lane, but there's the Baron minions. SCY will fall down. It's EDG going for the 2-0 here, Giyang.
And they will have a lot more time. They can be just patient. There's a huge wave in the top lane. EDG, transcended gods of Wild Rift Season 2, having a 9 consecutive win streak, record broken as well.
EDG putting their mark here in Season 2. They're not satisfied with just taking down the 2 top dogs, not satisfied with taking down Thunder Talk and Trace Esports. They want to have a record of their own. They want to prove that they are the best that there is here in this league. 9-game win streak, as you